My name is Cozzy, and this is episode 1 of my Hose for History series, where I'll give you a rundown of a saucy and compelling piece of ancient history. Today, I'm going to explain who and what the Maenads of ancient Greece were in under 3 minutes. Let's get into it. The Maenads were followers of Dionysus, the Greek god of wine, decadence, and theatre. The Maenads were all adult women and were all about wild femininity and unrestricted sexuality. The Maenads were frenzied and animalistic, ecstatic with earthy, chthonic power and their own primal energy. When they took part in orgiastic rituals, Maenads were believed to be possessed by Dionysus himself. Dionysiac rituals were performed by women in the wild, away from the civilized world. Maenads taking part in these rituals wore animal skins and would wear their hair loose with snakes as belts. They'd also breastfeed baby deer and wolf cubs. These gals also ripped apart sacrificial animals, an act known as sparagmos, and ate the flesh raw as a part of their religious rites. Maybe the mythology surrounding the Maenads suggests that this was the state of women when left to their own devices. If you allowed a woman to leave her loom, she would rip a bunny in half and gnaw on its flesh. Maenads were also depicted carrying a thyrsus, pretty much a long stick made out of fennel with a pine cone on top of it. This long stick thing carried by these erotically charged women is said to be a phallic fertility symbol. That's a pretentious way of saying the thyrsus looks like a dick. Also, the pine cone on top of the thyrsus symbolized the spreading of seed. So the Maenads, who were all about orgies, pleasure, and indulgence, walked around carrying large vegetable dildos. This long vegetable dildo could also be used as a weapon. Truly multi-purpose. The Maenads are said to represent the fear within patriarchal society that attempts to restrain and control women may not actually work. The most famous account of this notion, and of Maenadic behaviour, comes from Euripides' tragedy, The Bacchae, written during the classical period. This play portrays male displeasure resulting from these wildly violent, sexually charged women abandoning their domestic duties and taking to the mountains. The caricature of women that Maenads represent perpetuates the notion that women are wild and sexually insatiable and need to be reined in by dudes. The rites of the Maenads ritualize sexuality, indulgence, and intoxication, all hugely transgressive and a bit too raunchy. These wild sexual women were antithetical to the restrained, civilized ancient Greek world. And that was Maenads in under 3 minutes.